Thunder! 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 Thundercats! Ho!
Thundercats are on the move. Thundercats are loose. Feel that, hear the roar. Thundercats are loose. Thunder, 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 Thundercats!
I am Cheetara. In my heart, I know I'm the strongest of my kind. The pride of my people. I am unique in this universe, and I will not be defeated!
Hello, Bots and Books fans, this is Scorp1701, and tonight I am super excited to bring to you yet another awesome Thundercat from Super 7 and their Ultimates line. And tonight we are going to be taking a look at that femme fatale, Cheetara. And I love Cheetara. She has always been one of my guilty little pleasures when I was growing up. I never knew what sex symbol meant until I saw Cheetara, and I'm not ashamed to mention that she was my first love. I mean, as a 6-year-old kid, what was I supposed to think? Naked cat lady. Wow. Alright, so anyway, getting back to the review, as you know, Super 7 mails out all of their figures in awesome cardboard mailers, and this is no different. First of all, you have Thundercats, Cheetara, ages 14 plus, Super 7. On the back of this mailer, you just have some credits for the box and a barcode, but this is not anywhere near as impressive as the actual packaging in which Cheetara comes in. And as you can see, let me get it into some focus. Wow, you see an awesome red foiled Thundercat symbol, and that is so beautiful. Nice glossy black box. You have Thundercats here, you have ages 14 plus, Cheetara, Super 7. On the top, you have Ultimates, nothing until you get to the back, and then you have Thundercats. Contents, one figure with accessories, and Super 7. On the bottom, you get some credits for the box and a barcode, and we all know that this is just an awesome slip cover, and it can come up, and when it does, the real beauty begins. So, without further ado, let us bring up this slipcover and see the awesome beauty of Cheetara herself. Wow, she is awesome. She looks fantastic in this box. And once the slipcover is removed, you have another Thundercats logo here. You have Ultimates again on the top. Nothing changes on the bottom. But when we come to the back, oh mercy, we have an awesome piece of artwork of Cheetara. You have Super 7 here and a brief read up. So let me zoom in so we can get a good view of that. And then I will focus and you guys can read that to your heart's content. But we must be moving out. But I want to take a scroller up of that awesome artwork. Oh my gosh, Cheetara looks so fantastic in that picture. It is just artwork, and I know I'm crazy, but wow. Alright, zoom out, and that is basically the box. I don't want to see Cheetara in the box. I know you don't, so let's get her out as fast as we can and see what she can do. And here we have Cheetara out of the box, and out of the box she stands at approximately 6.5 inches tall, and she has a ton of accessories that we'll take a look at in just a moment. But first off, I want to take a closer look at this hot cat herself. And here we are real close in on Cheetara, and oh my goodness, this sculpt is amazing. Now, this figure was a long time coming. I'm not sure what the holdup was. They had to take it back, repaint it, do something. It wasn't right, but whatever it was, I'm glad they did it because this figure looks perfect. She is dead on for Cheetara in the cartoon, and I love the look of this thing. I am just astounded at how beautiful this figure is. All right, taking a look at her head sculpt. This particular head sculpt has her hair down. It's basically in a standard mode. She has some nice black spots for her hair, and it goes all the way throughout. And then here at the bottom, that is awesome. I love the contours and the ridges of this head sculpt hair. It's just Wow, so pretty. And I love how it hangs off the shoulder here. Might interfere with articulation a little later, but still, I think it's beautiful. When you come to the face is got two tones on it. You have a lighter yellow here, and then you have the dark orange that make up around the eyes, and the eyes are like a beautiful red color. I don't know if you can make that out. If I zoom in, it's not going to work that well because I'm already zoomed in as much as I can, but hopefully it's coming up on the camera. You can see how beautiful those red eyes are, and you got the little stripe going down the middle of them, and then you come down to the nose and the beautiful red lips. Wow. And that will bring us to the chest. The chest is two-toned. It's mostly this light yellow, but then at the bottom you got kind of a brown wash, and that will connect to her suit, her little bodysuit, which is nice orange. And then you have the Thundercat symbol right here on her chest, and it's nicely done. It's a little small, but then again, you don't have a whole lot of space to work with there. On her left shoulder, it is fully painted as part of the suit, and that is nice, and it comes down to a nice bracer, which is a darker orange like the main suit, and a little bit of maybe a burgundy red, I'm not sure. And that comes down to the fleshy hand. That is really nice. Sorry about that, couldn't see it. Then on the other arm, it's free, and you have again the skin tone with some more spots. I love that. And that comes down, she does have a little bracelet here on her right wrist, and then coming down to her hand, which again is double painted. So I'm sorry I don't know exactly what the colors are, but wow, this thing is beautiful. And then she has some leggings which are nice and orange. Okay, I'm going to zoom out just a little bit because we're too close in. And wow, and that will come down to some boots which are two-toned, you know, lighter tan, and then the orangish color. Those are really nicely done. I love the look of this whole figure. It is very, very nice. And then let's come to the back. And on the back, you can see that little bit more of the suit coloring, and just nothing you wouldn't expect. The openness of the shoulder over here, and that's nice. A little bit of detail here in the strap. And Cheetara butt, legs, and the back of the boots. Nothing too different that we weren't expecting, like I said. And on the bottom, you do get a little bit of copyright detail and some holes for the boot, and that is just awesome. This is just a beautiful, beautiful figure, and I am so happy to have her in my collection. All right, moving on. And for our articulation, starting at the head can go around 360 degrees, and the hair does not get into the way like I was afraid of. It is off the neck just enough so it has a lot of clearance. The head can look down, it can look up, it can go side to side, and there is a lot of good tiltage in there, so that is really cool. Let me zoom up a little closer because I think we can go in. Alright, that will bring us down to the shoulders. The shoulders can go around 360 degrees. They are hinged, so they can come out to the side like that and then back down. There is no bicep swivel, but that will bring us down to the forearm, and the forearm and the elbow joint are built together, so you can see her elbow bend like such, and that is really cool. And no, this is not a fault in the sculpt. This is actually a compartment, and I will show you what that compartment is for when we get to accessories. But right now, the elbow bend is good at a little over 90 degrees, and that, like I said before, is built into the forearm rotation, and it can go around 360 degrees, and that will bring you down to the hand, and the hand can rotate 360 degrees and rocks in and out based on this hinge, and depending on which hand you have, there may be a little slight difference in the rocking. All right, that will bring us to the midsection. There is no waist articulation here. It is up here in the diaphragm, and this will take you around 360 degrees. Now, odd thing about mine is it feels a little loose, so I don't know about that, but it's still nice nonetheless, and you do have some tiltage to the left and to the right and kind of forward and back a little bit. So kind of, I would argue, maybe an ab crunch. So that is neat. Coming down to the legs. Legs have a lot of good motion. You can kick those up really, really far. Not that much in the back because the butt gets in the way, but to the side, this lady can side kick with the best of them. Wow, look at that. All right, bringing that back down. There is a knee bend right here. Not exactly 90 degrees because, I don't know, I guess the back of the leg was too courageous, I guess, because it's not really that thick, but that's as far as you're going to get with your knee bend. And there is not really a boot cut, but the knee does have a rotation, so you can consider that the actual boot cut built into the knee joint like we had at the elbow. So that is cool. Coming down to the foot. The foot is on a hinge, so it can go up, it can go down, and it can rock all the way around the world, which is good because you want to be able to put Cheetara in some good running poses. You know, maybe have that foot up like that. I wouldn't have been sad with some toe articulation either when it comes to a running character like her. But anyway, that is gonna be Cheetara's articulation. Moving on. And jumping into accessories, Cheetara comes with 4 sets of hands. Now she comes equipped with 2 closed-fisted hands for when she wants to punch somebody. So these are really nicely done. They're very small, and be careful when you take them off because she does have that little white bracelet that may fall off if you're not careful. So these are pretty cool. Love the punching hands. The next set of hands she has is some weapon holding hands. Now these are really nice. Next set of hands, we have the little claw open hands. So these are really nice for when she wants to claw out the eyes of the mutants. Yeah, they're really nicely done. All right. And the final set of hands we're going to take a look at are these open-handed cupped hands. Basically, these are good for running poses. When she's running, she's got her hands out and they're open. All right, and those are going to be her alternate hands. Moving on. And Cheetara comes with 2 alternate heads. The first one here is going to be like a closed mouth, a windswept hair running head, I think, because you can see her hair is being flown, you know, in the back as if it's like, you know, being blown in the wind, and she's going really fast. So that is a really nice head. Got some nice paint on the front. Very clean. I really like it. Lips and the eyes are all done very well. Got the black cheetah pattern in the hair. I like that. The spots and, you know, a little bit of detail for the hair. All right. So let's check out her next head. For Cheetara's final alternate head, she comes with light up eyes. And they are painted yellow and they have the glow in the dark paint in them. And you can see the hair is down, sort of like her standard look. So that is really nice. But of course, the most attractive thing about this head sculpt is that it has the glow in the dark eyes. So let's move her over here. And if we move the camera over, we can see Panthro. And you may remember that as a I'm Sorry, Super 7 gave us a Panthro head that also had the light up glow in the dark eyes. So what I'm going to do now, is if I get them stable, I'm going to turn off the lights and we can see that they light up. Okay, so let's take care of our light sources one at a time. A little bit dark. A little darker, and finally to see the actual light up eyes, let's turn off the final light. And there they are. There they went. Well, I guess they didn't use the best paint for Cheetara's eyes because you can see Panthro's still shining in the dark, but Cheetara's was there for just a second and then disappeared. Well, maybe it just requires a longer light charge, so I'll have to look into that. But anyway, there, it kind of works. So, moving on. And for one of Cheetara's first actual accessories, she has her bow staff, and this is a beautifully designed bow staff. I love how this thing looks. I love the length and I love the width. It's not anywhere near as annoying or cumbersome or unusable as some Cheetara's bow staffs that I've reviewed in the past. It's totally too big for her little hand. That's crazy as for his accessory wise. And it's done in a nice gold paint that is so beautiful. I love it, and she can hold this thing really, really well. And it does come in two forms. It comes obviously in its long form here, and it comes as this very, very little and losable compacted form, and I like it, I guess, but like I said, it's not very practical for her. If you bring her out, and mostly you would think she could hold it in her hand, but it is actually too small to fit in her hand because it just, you know, will fall out very easily and disappear. Oh, there it went. Okay, here it is. So yeah, there's really nothing. I mean, she can't really hold it in the open weapon hand, but what they did very nicely for us is to mold her left gauntlet with a holder for it, and you can see it's nice and it's open, and what that is for is you just slide the staff right in there, and it takes a little bit of doing, but yes, there it is. It fits just like a glove or a bow staff in a gauntlet. And I like that. I'm glad they gave us that feature because she always wore it on her bracer like that. So that is so cool. Another plus for this figure. All right, that is going to be her bow staff. Moving on. And for Cheetara's next accessory, she comes with a piece of the Treasure of Thundera, and it is basically the magical flute. It didn't really have a specific name, but whenever you played this, you could hypnotize animals, and it worked on the Snarfs, and it worked on Mamut, and it was a pretty neat little episode, and you can see it's done really nice. You got a little bit of blue here, and some blue for this middle piece, and I believe, if I'm not too much mistaken, this middle piece right here was actually a Thundercat symbol, so yeah, maybe it could have been red, I'm not sure. And then you got some holes, so that is neat. Alright, moving on. And Cheetara's next accessory is also a piece of the Treasure of Thundera. It is the Mirror of Truth, and this was a very crucial item that the Thundercats used to realize who they were and stop Mumra from killing them, and it is really nicely done. You have a nice mold here, some gold paint here at the bottom, and the handle is blue. You have the Eye of Thundera there, nice Thundercat symbol, more gold and green, like that. And on the other side, the mirror side, you do have this little sticker, which is very reflective. I like that. Does definitely look like a mirror. Another Eye of Thundera there. So yeah, here you are, the Mirror of Truth. Alright, moving on. And for Cheetara's last accessories, she comes with this really nice looking locket, and it is very nicely done with some gold paint and some cool designs. And you can see, you can turn it around and it has nothing on the back, but it is equipped with this neat little string so they could actually wear it around their neck, or they can hold it. A lot of people are confusing this and saying that it is a communicator, but that is incorrect. What this is a mystical locket created by the evil Mumra, and basically it is called the Locket of Lies, and Mumra created this as a false compass to lead the Thundercats into a trap, and it does open up, and they gave us a second one where it is open, and you can see inside here, let me get my big fat finger out of the way, and it's all red, and you can see that there are some green spots around the sides. I don't know if I can zoom in anymore because every time I zoom in too close it gets like blurry, but you can see there are little green lights around, and when you are getting closer to Mumra's trap, the the lights would light up and it made this god-awful sound. So, I don't know. I think I'd just throw this thing away because it was bad all the way around. So yeah, that is what this is. The Locket of Lies. You get 2 of them, opened and closed. And if you want to put them around your Thundercats' necks or have Mumra give it to Cheetara or something, that would be great. But anyway, that is what this accessory is. Okay, moving on. And the last thing you get is this awesome flame effect. And it's nice, and it's made out of plastic and orange, and it comes up just points, and it's very well molded, I guess, and a little smooth on this side. And basically what this is one time Cheetara and Linkso were trapped in a cave, I think. I don't really remember why they were in there, but they couldn't get out, and I think they were freezing to death. So basically, at the end of the series, the Thundercat weapons could do whatever they wanted them to do. So basically, Cheetara opened up her end of her staff, and then it created fire. So whoosh, created like that. So I don't know, it was crazy, it was fun, and they decided to include this with the figure. So hey, there you go. All right, moving on. And for a complete Cheetara comparison, here she is with the original LGN and the Funko Savage World Thundercat Cheetara. And you can see she is obviously going to tower above them, not only literally, but figuratively as well. The original was good for its time. The Funko Savage World was a better colored version, but this thing still annoys me because she can't stand. It took me forever to get her like this, but the Super 7 is just huge leaps above any of these, and this is just the Cheetara we all wanted this to be. So, wow, that is beautiful. Anyway, that is going to be a comparison with the Cheetaras. Moving on. And for comparison, here she is with the rest of the Thundercats. Lion-O, Panthro, and Tigra. And now all we need is the kids and Snarf, and we will have our complete original set of Thundercats. And this is just a mind-boggling set. I love these figures. This entire series of toys is something I've waited for since the 80s, and I just am so excited to be able to create this awesome group of heroes from my childhood. So, wow. All right, moving on. And for our last comparison, here you have Cheetara with the mutants, Slythe, Jackalman, and Munkin, looking as if she is just plowing through them like a hurricane. So that is really cool. Alright, moving on. And this has been the Super 7 Thundercat Ultimates Cheetara. And I love this figure. I knew I was going to love this figure from the very moment I pulled it out of the box. And I can guarantee you, if you're a Thundercats fan, you're going to love Cheetara too. Because there is no other figure that I have found in my whole 20, 30, 40 years of collecting that even comes close to the authenticity and exact look of Cheetara as this figure, unless you're going to buy a $500 statue. But this figure is awesome. The mold, the sculpt, the paint, the accessories, which technically all she really needed was her bow staff, and I think that would have been perfect, but they threw in all the treasures of Thundera with this, and it is just awesome. I love how it moves. The articulation is great. Sometimes Super 7 has a history of bad paint. This paint was crisp and good. I don't think I found a single blotch on this figure, and there is just not enough good things I can say about Cheetara here, and I am just so happy to have her in my collection with the other guys. It was a wait, but it was well worth it. Again, I personally don't know why they recalled the figure, and I don't know if it looks like it was supposed to with the initial promo images. Like the Tigra was kind of different, and what they got back with her wasn't what they expected, but whatever it was, I'm glad they gave us this version. And again, I promise you will love this figure as well. Now, I picked this up online, and that's where you can get her if you are looking. She runs anywhere between $50 to $55. You can grab her up at Big Bad Toy Store, The Chosen Prime, a few other online retailers. So if you're looking for her, happy happy hunting. That's going to be the review, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, keep playing.